In this module 9, we are going to learn about implications of heredity and environment in education. After completing this class, you can able to know about the implications of heredity in child development and to understand the implications of environment in child development, and you can analyze the implications of heredity and environment in educations, and you can able to differentiate the social heredity and biological heredity. Okay, let me see the implications of heredity and environment in education. Okay, and every individual's born with a certain biological makeup and hereditary endowment lives in a particular environment. Whatever may be his heredity makeup, the individuals will grow and develop his potentiality following his environment. Therefore, the environment is very important in the growth and development of an individual. And the teachers and the parents should have to see the every child gets the maximum opportunity for this development. The hereditary factor is beyond the control of schools and teachers, but environment influence can be controlled to a great extent. With a proper environment, the native powers which may be dominant are awakened and stimulated to activity. So every child can get maximum development only when he is provided the appropriate and right opportunities for the growth and development in adequate measures. So despite the best type of environment is made available, if the child is not able to progress as expected, then the teachers need not get upset or frustrated. He should understand the particular trait is the limited the individuals due to the inheritance. So even the best environment and the education cannot create the capacities and the talents, but what present in the individual could be developed and blossomed fully. So thus the teacher should be ever trying for the development in the child. However, what is not possible, he should be able to or reconcile with that. Let's see the difference between biological heredity and social heredity. And against of heredity, biological heredity, which is passed on the individuals automatically from his parent and ancestors through the transmission of genes. That social heredity is to be actively acquired by an individual through the process of learning. The social heredity refers to the culture and civilization of mankind, which goes on increasing from generation to generations, so that succeeding generations is introduced to richer heritage by the schools, resulting in the richer and enriched appreciation of social cultural rights. The social heritage which education conserves and enriches an important as biological heredity, and man is born with a biological heritage into a social heritage. So that man is born with a biological heritage and into a social heritage. So it is the social heritage which consists of institutions and books and pictures or works of art and utilities of laws and traditions, manners and customs, code of conducts and knowledge and techniques, science, arts and language and literature, religion, ideals and values which enable the heredity and innate abilities to express themselves fully. Teacher may not be able to much for the biological heritage of the child, but due to the presence of a richer social heritage of child, but they present a richer social heritage to the child.
The following video deals with the relationship between heredity and environment. It may be useful for further learning and understanding.
Conclusion regarding relative importance of heredity and environment. By judging the pros and cons of both the systems of thought, it is quite evident that both are equally important. The growth and development of the child is determined by these two factors. It is wrong to assume that these are opposite to each other, but they are complementary. View of Woodworth. To use a simile of stated by Woodworth, the individual is a joint product of heredity and environment, just is the same way as the area of rectangle is the joint product of its length and breadth. It would be absurd to speak of the personality being the product of heredity alone or of the environment alone. It would be odd to talk of the area of a rectangle being due to its length alone or its breadth alone. Heredity is responsible for all the inborn traits, instincts, emotions, intelligence, reflex actions, and physical traits. Environment is responsible for growth and development of physical, intellectual, emotional, and social traits. The view of Landis and Landis beautifully remarked, heredity gives us the capacity to be developed, but opportunity for the development of these capacities must come from the environment. Heredity gives us working capital, environment gives us opportunity to invest. View of Sargent. According to Sargent, one cannot exist without other, and we cannot say in running a car whether a motor is more important or gasoline. Both should be there. According to Pinter, raw material is provided by heredity and environment provides opportunities for its maximum development. So child is the product of heredity and environment. In the view of Woodworth and Marquis, according to Woodworth and Marquis, both are equally essential in the growth and development of the child. We cannot say which of the blades of the scissors cuts. Both are important in operation of cutting. In view of Marshall, according to Marshall, as in the free competition price is the result of both the forces of demand and supply, so is the growth and development of child is the result of both heredity and environment. View of Necker and Page remarked, every phenomenon of life is the product of both. Each is as necessary as the result as the other. To sum up, the following conclusions can be drawn regarding relative importance of heredity and environment. Heredity and environment both play an important role in the development of personality. There can be no simple answer to the question what part heredity plays and what part is played by environment in the developmental process. What we can say is that an individual is the product of heredity and environment. The richer the heredity, the better the scope for personality development. Similarly, the richer the environment, better is the scope for developing an individual to a healthy human being. Heredity does not completely determine any characteristic or trait, but it provides basis or the potential for the development of any personality trait. Training and experience in the environment contribute to the development of the trait. Heredity influences physique, motor sensory equipment, level of intelligence, certain diseases, temperamental and characteristics also inherited from forefathers. Bad environment can suppress good inheritance, but good environment is not a substitute for bad heredity. Heredity sets the limit of the maximum development of characteristics which cannot be crossed by providing best environment. The best environment cannot make a feeble-minded child a bright child. Good training and experience improve the performance. Intelligence is influenced by type of education, occupation of the parents, rural-urban living, cultural environment. Substantial differences in intelligence and other aspects of personality can be created by providing suitable environment. The relationship between heredity and environment is not that of addition but of multiplication. The individual is not the sum total of the heredity and environment, but he is the product of heredity and environment. The heredity and environment both are significant factors in the development of personality. None of the two can be ignored. At the same time, neither of the two can be given the prime importance. Both play significant role in growth and development. Thus, heredity and environment are complementary to each other. It becomes clear if we take the analogy of seed and soil. If very productive seed is sown in unfertile soil and not properly taken care of, the potentialities of the seeds will go waste. On the other hand, if we sow a poor quality seed in a very fertile soil and provide quality nurturance, it won't result into very good harvest. So we can say that heredity and environment both play a significant role in the growth and development of the individual. Now we will discuss the educational implications of the knowledge about heredity and environment in the development of individual. The knowledge of laws of heredity. A teacher must know the laws of heredity. He must study the heredity of the child and then mold his educational theory and practice. He cannot guide without proper understanding the inborn traits. He punishes a boy unnecessarily, considering him to be careless, when actually he is endowed with weak mental powers. Knowledge of individual differences. While using the various methods of teaching, knowledge of heredity and environment assists the teacher to know the individual differences among students, and hence he should devise means and methods of teaching accordingly. Providing guidance. Educational, vocational and psychological guidance depends upon the knowledge of heredity and environment. In order to provide guidance to the pupils, teachers shall have to know the heredity and environment of the child. Conducive home environment. The home environment should be conducive to proper development of the child. If the home atmosphere is not conducive to development due to bickering and maladjusted parents, there is no scope for improvement in home environment. Child should be sent to hostels or foster homes. Suitable environment in the school. Teacher should provide a suitable environment in the school for all-round development of the child. There must be provision for a variety of co-curricular activities. Library facilities must be adequate. Teaching and instructional guidance must be efficient. The staff must be qualified and trained, having control over their emotions. The equipment must be adequate. School should be situated in an area, locality with fresh air and sufficient sunlight. It should be properly ventilated and away from distracting sounds. Suitable and social environment. Suitable social environment should be provided because suitable social environment in the neighborhood, in the school and in the society at large is necessary for harmonious development of personality. Parents, teachers, educationists and members of the society at large should all try their best to create suitable social environment. To sum up, every individual is the product of hereditary potentialities and environmental opportunities. Hereditary potentialities are whatever an individual receives from the parents or forefathers. Environment is sum total of influences that affects the individual right from conception till death. Heredity and environment both have significant role in developmental process. Parents, teachers and coaches must understand the importance of heredity and environment in the life of an individual. Before taking up any step of guiding and teaching, they must understand the hereditary potentialities of the individual so that the complementary supplementary environment can be provided to ensure proper development of the individual. That's all for today's lecture. Thank you.
Okay, we will conclude the unit. So totally the 9 modules, we have discussed a lot of things, and you can learn so many things from this unit. And we have discussed the concepts of definitions of growth and development, and the characteristics of growth and development, and difference between the growth and development, and principles of growth and development, and maturations and learning development, the 2 basic factors determining the human development, and the meaning of heredity and environment, and mechanism of transmission mechanism of heredity and environment in the development of child, and the implications of heredity and environment in education, and difference between social heredity and biological heredity were discussed in detail. Okay, thank you, students, and we will start the next module in the next class. It is the next unit. Thank you.